What's up YouTube? This is All Things Quick. Today we have a 2003 Audi A4. This is a 1.8T. We're going to be changing a fuel injector. We have a fuel rail here and some fuel injectors that are good from the auto wreckers. Going to take one of these guys off of here and we're going to swap it into cylinder 1 because cylinder 1 had a misfire at some point. So I know for sure that fuel injector number 1 right here is actually sticking open. It's dumping a bunch of fuel into cylinder 1 and it's running super rich. So because it's running so rich, we actually are getting a code for a misfire. So here's a fun fact. If it's misfiring and you suspect that it's an injector, then what we're gonna have to do is take an extension or a screwdriver or something like that, press it up against cylinder 1 or whatever one is misfiring, and you place it right on the fuel injector itself while the vehicle's running, and you go tap, 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 tap while it's running, and that should release it if it's stuck shut. And if it's open, then it will close the way that it's supposed to, where it would pulse instead of just dumping a bunch of fuel into the cylinder. So that's a quick tip on how to actually check it. If that works and it starts running normally, then you know that you have an injector that's sticking. All right, so the only tools that we're going to be needing for this are needle nose, number 5 hex, an extension, and a ratchet. All right, we're gonna jump right into this. So we have 2 bolts that we need to undo. One of them is on the fuel rail. It's gonna be right there. And another one is right back here. We want to take this fuel rail off so then we can get to our injectors, disconnect the connector, pull the injector out and change it. Before you actually go and remove these 2 bolts here, a little black cap on the back of the fuel rail. I want to take that off. There's gonna be a little pressure release on there. Take your needle nose and stick it in there. Saw that little bit of fuel just squirt out there. Open that up and that just relieves the pressure. We can put that cap back on so we don't lose it, and then just remove these 2 bolts that hold in the fuel rail. All right, there's one. There we go, that's number 2. This one I'm definitely gonna throw away and I'm not gonna use it again for literally anything. So now that those bolts are taken out, lift this fuel rail up and out. You just kind of want to wiggle it back and forth, make sure that the injectors are coming out evenly. And there we go. That's all there is to it to take them out. What we're gonna need to do now is we're gonna take off the injector on number 1. So we're gonna take our needle nose here and we're gonna grab this clip and we're gonna pull this clip right off just like that. So what we need to do here is we have a connector on the back side here. I'll actually show you on the one from the junkyard. There's a connector here and it has a little metal tab. Press that in. So underneath here, that metal tab is right here. Press this in and then you're gonna wanna just pull that off. So we had a little bit of pressure there. You saw some fuel spit out. I might not have just relieved it enough when I did it in the beginning, but you wanna take this now and just wiggle this guy out. That thing's junk anyway, so we don't care about that. And now we have our new injector. This one's cleaned up a little bit. They might need to cycle through actual pressure. Who knows how long it's been sitting for. So we want to put this back in just like this. And then we connect the electrical connector. And now that that injector is back in and the electrical connector is connected, we just want to take our clip that we had in from before. There's actually a tiny little groove in here. So you can see the bottom of that thing will slide right into that. And then the top part sits on the fuel rail. We're going to slide that in. And there we go. Felt that seat into that little groove there. We just want to take the rest of these and just kind of lube them up a little bit. This is brake cleaner, so it will evaporate pretty quickly. Plug this back in and just like before, wiggle it back in so you hear that click. And all we need to do is take our 2 bolts, put those back into place. Okay, so there's 1 and there's 2, and that's literally all there is to changing a fuel injector in a 2003 Audi A4. So now the only thing we actually have left to do is to turn the car on and make sure that the fuel injector itself actually functions. If it doesn't function properly, then it's going to give you a cylinder 1 misfire code. So I'm going to go start it right now. So as you can see, that one clearly didn't work. That's okay. I just went and installed another one from that same fuel rail, and I'm gonna try this now, and you're gonna hear the difference if it's not misfiring. And so there we have it. There's no cylinder misfire anymore. That fuel injector works, and our job is completely finished, and our car is running perfectly fine now. So if you liked that video and that actually helped you out, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if this actually helped you, if this was informative, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See ya.